pretty straight here. Okay. It's almost like that. Okay, I just wet the paper a little bit, and then use dark, so it will bleed in, wet into wet a little bit. This leg is hanging in the air, but has a tendency to towards the trunk, right? So this is the toes, the feet, right? And then the leg. Again, I just use a clean brush to lead the ink. So my brush stroke is smaller than I expect. This feet a little bit too big. Just make it into the leg. So this is how much. Okay. And just let it bleed a little bit. Okay, now I try to indicate the trunk behind. So use dry brush, maybe just draw some texture. You can just draw some texture. And this is the hand, right? And this is the behind the leg. Some dry brush here. So I try to make some interesting angular kind of turns like that, and you can add a little texture there. There might be some remaining snow on the trunk as well. So that's and there's a snow line cutting this here, this trunk. So we have a lost and found situation. We just continue that. It's supposed to be done in one stroke. So I try to find that ink, the gray matches this. Let's see. If you're not sure, you can start from lighter, then you can enhance, charge it later. Okay, so something like that. Oh, I try to make it natural. Anyway, and if something wrong, we just cover it with a leaf. Yeah. Okay, let me continue my foliage, the pine needles. We'll make a masking paper, some random shape, just to help blocking the ink here. And this time it's lighter because it's farther than this area. And sometimes we just do freehandedly. You can move around, just to. And then you can make up anything if you need it. And here, we'll just do it freehandedly. When you have more confidence, you can do it like that. So you can see my ink is getting lighter and smaller stroke too. Towards the top, it's getting farther from the viewer. Okay. Let's do a little shading. Okay. And I'm going to dry it, or just wait to dry. You can start to another painting, if you need time to wait. You have to be patient. Because if you wash right now, if you touch anything, it will maybe bleed. And later we'll do the background wash to eliminate all the backgrounds, leave only the white snow and the white fur. Here we have something. I like this kind of abstract, like a rooftop thing, maybe a chimney. I don't know, just some choppy strokes, maybe, to hint the ground. Maybe. All right. Oh, do we have anything here? Just to make the line a little bit nicer. I try to give the snow some volume. It's a negative painting. That means you don't paint the snow. I have a not hair dryer, a small dryer, blow dryer here. I just dry it. Okay, I'll use a large brush. This is large wrist brush, I call it, without a long handle. It's short-handled wrist brush. I soak the brush. If you want to eliminate the stroke, you can spray some water or just dampen the paper. I try to leave this brush mark because I like it. I like to have some, I still have the painterly look. Even I do the wash, there's, so let me just make a pour of very light ink. It's almost like the brush wash water. Maybe a little bit more somewhere. So a gradation, a darker start near the Panda here. So let's do that. So this brush can hold in various positions better than long-handled brush. It's going to drip, that's okay. That's, I just basically eliminate all the white. Oops, here. Now you can leave a little bit space. The trick is you have to do fast, and if it bleeds into the white area, you put some clean water there to fend off the water. And you can start with the clean water to reduce brush strokes, but I like it, so I just paint wet and dry. And this is very important to keep the shape. top snow line, and here I have a very soft one. Well, I can cut it if needed, just like that, and cut in that shape there. Oops, that's pretty dark on the sky. Sky could be dark in the snow day, so the snow feels whiter. Just use big blocking in the grays. Don't stop at the edge. So some inside, some go outside. This like here, going directly to the outside the frame. So this could be a mountain. Let me just darken it. It's just 3 tones: the white, black, and the gray. Yeah. That plays the trick to feel like snow. There's no snow painted. It just. Oops. It could be a little darker, but I should have kept this purely white. It would be. I think it. Yeah, it's still pretty white. So not doing much shading on this because you really want to keep the contrast. Just a little bit. We can make the background a little grayer. So you can just add the wet into wet. But still, with the same kind of stroke. Okay. That's it. I think the nose is a little bit too small. It's like cartoony. So let me make it a little larger. I want to make sure it's not bleed. Let me just make sure it's dry. So I would just make it a little bit larger. Like that. And we can cut in this jar a little bit. So you can add more ink if needed to make it darker or adjust the shape or things like that. Just blur the edge a little bit. Mouth. A little bit detailed, but paint the depth, not detail. You understand the difference? Yeah, just, a little dry brush suggests the detail, but not exactly to paint the beard or the mask, what's it called, the whisker, this and that. But some little bit dry brush to keep the depth instead of the detail. That's the difference. Yeah. Okay. And I'll sign anywhere when it's dry. Any questions? If not, let me finish the other one so we don't have to stop the recording. Okay. Now we do the second one here. The original is up there. I do like to have less what do you call it? More grounded, yeah. So because the gravity doesn't look like right, because the weight of the panda may be. So if I just cut it there, it would be probably safer feel. So again, you can draw. You can draw with a charcoal, but I think I'm coming. See, I have done like 10 at least. Let me just show you another 2 here. I mounted a different paper. The good news is if you make a mistake like this one, I use white to correct. It's gouache or covered in white. I did it on the back as well. And this is a good composition I'm going to. And this one also, I try to lower the panda so you don't have to do this trunk, okay? Just put it on the ground and put some bamboo. It's like standing on a pile of wood or something like that would be fine. And this background could be much lighter. Let's see what we can do. Brush. We got some cream out here. So I don't need the masking, but for test the ink. So I will use a combination brush to start with this panda. You can start from the ear. They are level, pretty much level. So you can put the panda a little bit to the right side, not right in the middle. So it's about this side. So 2 circles, 1 big one, and the small panda is a little circle. Yeah, 3 circles. So I start from here. I give a lot of room for the mountain. I should just make it small. Keep it small. Okay. So 1 big ear. Like water dropped. It's too dry. I want to control. That's why I try to use dry brush. But if you paint slowly, you have more control. And a little bit lower maybe, just like that. And this one is smears. And you can use paper towel to stop bleeding by blocking it. Okay. So especially when you do the eye stroke. You need to have a paper towel or piece of wasted painting. So leave a big forehead, okay? It's much larger than humans, right? So it's pretty low here. A little bit smaller eye there. And we can make it larger if needed. So just start small. And here's a water drop, like that. Okay, and then the nose, just a little dash. Okay. And I'll just do the little panda as well. This is a side view, so we only see 1 ear. 1 ear. It's probably too tall. Bring down a little bit. And here, this is the eye. That's good. That's spotted just to, and this eye is side views, and it's pretty small compared to the large mothers. So you can put another ear. It will be hidden in the dark. Okay, to draw some lines will help. So let me just draw the contour with a very light, almost like the background color, like that, and then draw the top, draw that jar here. But it could be corrected because this is so light, right? And then the muscle, the mouth. And here the profile of this little panda, and it's something like that, jar. Okay, so you can use light ink because make sure the white is not touched. And here we have a big white area here. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. Just draw the white shape, black shape. I think don't consider anything. What is. It's just black shape, and that's the bottom of the jar. And I'm doing this this back of the small panda, and like I said, it's the shoulder, not right from the top of the head. So this forehead and the shoulder is white. I mean the back of the neck is white. Yeah. I really don't see anything identifiable until to the right limb or the arm. So this one is right under the jar, kind of straight, bony, right? And I say backlit, like a shadow, cast shadow. That's the Western style because this artist studied in France. He's very good at oil. He will do this, but when he does ink painting, he's not really playing with any shadow. But now we tend to be more, further westernized, and you can just, have some kind of cast shadow, things like that, more often in Chinese painting. And this is the forearm. This eating some bamboo maybe. And this little thigh or some, just make it big off there. Small rear leg there. Okay. Make it the ear a little bigger. A dry brush just to soften the edge a little bit on the bottom, a little hairy. Okay, here is another leg here, and I diluted. We got air or like a reflected light, whatever, causing. This is even bigger. Like that. Okay. I just draw with a clean water brush, or light brush. The hip is right above there, something like that. Just map out a little bit. And then you just do it decisively with one big stroke or something like that. With the heel of the brush sometimes to make it bigger, and use dry brush to make up. Later on we'll do the shading. Right now, just you can make it a little bit softer, but just adding clean water let it bleed. Okay. And that's all for the panda. I'm going to do the tree, whatever is under, and you can have some dark. This is a shadow area. And the light coming from top and left. Right? So this is the cast shadow. Dry brush a little bit. It's outside the frame. And just oops. Try to cut in some lights. There's a little like ground, dark, some light, little part. Don't have to identify as trunk or the earth or whatever. Now I'm going to paint some bamboo. The bamboo is like when we do, with regular bamboo, but in landscape, we just keep this in proportion to the panda. That's important. So whoops, that's kind of big. In Hawaii, they do have big leaf bamboo like that. This is like foreshot four in the foreground. So this is okay to have some bamboo like that. In the front of the band, it could be in the front of the pandas. Okay, and then just draw some. You can draw the stem first, but I like to draw the leaves first from outside the paper. Don't stop to suggest more picture outside the frame. And you can have some bushes or whatever to fill in that. And here we can draw a long one. And this time I draw this like this. So you don't have to draw like in flower birds painting. You do this little joints things. But you can have. You don't do it in one stroke either. So just to do the feeling of bamboos, and it's straight, not bending, but you can curve between each sections. That's the characteristic of bamboo stock. If you don't know how to do, just do straight lines with some bony joints. Yeah. Okay, and. Just some crossing lines and some horizontal branches. You don't have to do branch because this is the hard part actually for most people. I realize the little branches you can just do the leaves, and vary the stroke so it looks like some in front of you, some side view. But three strokes a group, just like the classical formula style guide book. What do you call the Mustard Seeds Garden Manual? Have this kind of style types. And bamboo is like a Chinese character. Two groups of bamboo leaves, with two groups of bamboo leaves. That's the bamboo. But some bamboo shot like shoots don't have the fully developed group like this. And lost and found. This is a young leaf shots. And these are kind of like more with upward leaves.